Sha'Carri Richardson eases across the line. 10.92, that's the fastest time we've seen so far this morning.
In 2021, Sha'Carri Richardson won the biggest race of her life. Then, just days later, everything fell apart. But what happened next? That's the real story. Let me tell you about one of the fastest women on earth. Sha'Carri Richardson doesn't just run fast. She runs so fast that when you watch her, it almost doesn't look real. But trust me, she's real. And her story is one you need to hear. Back in 2019, Sha'Carri was already turning heads. She was just a teenager running at Louisiana State University. She broke records left and right. She became the first woman ever to run the 100 meters in under 10.8 seconds and the 200 meters in under 22 seconds on the same day. That's like being the best at two different things at the exact same time. In April 2021, she ran 10.72 seconds in the 100 meters.
Richardson was out blocks really fast.
Good start from Brown of Kennedale as well. But underneath, it's Richardson of Dallas Carter, and it's going to be...
That made her the sixth fastest woman in history. Then came June 2021, the Olympic trials in Oregon. This was the race that would decide who goes to the Tokyo Olympics. Sha'Carri won. She crossed the finish line first with a time of 10.86 seconds. The crowd went crazy. She ran straight into the stands and hugged her grandmother, the woman who raised her. America finally had a sprinter who could win Olympic gold. It had been 25 years since an American woman won the 100 meters at the Olympics. Sha'Carri tweeted, "My presence in this track game, making history happen, no need for a thank you. Everything was perfect. She was going to the Olympics, she was going to be a star." But then, the news broke. Sha'Carri tested positive for marijuana. The test came back showing THC, the chemical found in cannabis. And just like that, her Olympic dream was gone. Here's what most people don't know. Just days before the Olympic trials, a reporter told Sha'Carri that her biological mother had died. She learned this terrible news during an interview. She was 21 years old, about to run the biggest race of her life, and she just found out her mother was gone. On the Today Show, Sha'Carri explained what happened. She said, "I was definitely triggered and blinded by emotions, blinded by sadness, blinded by just hurting. I can't hide myself, so in some type of way I was just trying to hide my pain." She didn't make excuses. She said, "I know what I did, I know what I'm not allowed to do, and I still made that decision." The sports world exploded with opinions. Some people supported her. Basketball star Dwayne Wade spoke up for her. Football player Richard Sherman defended her. Even President Joe Biden said maybe it was time to change the rules about marijuana in sports, but other people said the rules are the rules. She broke them. She had to face the punishment. Sha'Carri got a 1-month ban. That meant she couldn't run the 100 meters at the Tokyo Olympics, but her ban would end before the relay race. She could still go to Tokyo and run on the relay team. The U.S. team had extra spots they could give to whoever they wanted. They didn't pick her. USA Track and Field said they had to be fair to everyone. They picked other runners instead. Sha'Carri wasn't going to Tokyo at all. She tweeted 3 simple words, "I am human." Can you imagine? One moment you're on top of the world. The next moment, everything is gone. When Sha'Carri came back to racing later in 2021, things got worse. She raced against the Jamaican Olympic champions at the Prefontaine Classic in Oregon, the same track where she had won the Olympic trials. She finished dead last. The other runners flew past her. People who loved watching her fail celebrated online. She tried to talk tough, but the results spoke louder. People said she was done. They said she couldn't handle the pressure. They said she would never be great. 2022 wasn't much better. She tried to make the World Championships team. She failed. She didn't qualify for the 100 meters. She didn't qualify for the 200 meters. Another year, another disappointment. But something was changing inside Sha'Carri. She stopped posting on social media as much. She went quiet. She focused on training. She worked harder than ever before. In April 2023, Sha'Carri came back to racing. At a meet in Florida, she ran 10.57 seconds. Now, that time had too much wind behind it, so it doesn't count officially. But still, that's the 4th fastest time any woman has ever run. Period. People started paying attention again. In May, she went to Qatar for a big Diamond League race. She won and set a meet record. Then came the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary. This was Sha'Carri's first big championship, and things didn't start well. In the semifinal race, she had a terrible start. She barely made it to the final. She finished 3rd and only got through as a fastest loser. That meant she got stuck in lane 9 for the final, the worst lane on the track. Most people thought she was going to lose again. The final had the 6 fastest women in the entire world. Sha'Carri Jackson from Jamaica, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the 5-time world champion. All the best runners were there. The gun went off. Sha'Carri exploded out of the blocks. She was way out in lane 9 running by herself. She couldn't see the other runners. At 80 meters, Jackson was winning. But then Sha'Carri turned on the jets. She flew past everyone. She won the race in 10.65 seconds. That's a championship record. That's the 5th fastest time in history. She beat every single one of those champions. When she realized she won, Sha'Carri ran around the track with her arms up, pure joy on her face. The crowd stood up and cheered for her. Later, she said, "In previous interviews I mentioned that I'm not back. I'm better. I'm going to stay humble. I'm not back, I'm better, and I'm going to continue to be better." She also said, "Lane 9 was perfect for me to do what it is that I know to do and focus on myself." Michael Johnson, an Olympic legend who won 8 world championships, said this about her: "She's a massive talent. She's very authentic. She doesn't make excuses. I think it's great for the sport because she has a personality that is unmatched." Sha'Carri had proven everyone wrong. The girl who was done was now the world champion. America's first women's 100-meter world champion since 2017. Then came 2024. Olympic trials again. Same track in Oregon where everything fell apart 3 years earlier. This time was different. Sha'Carri won easily with a time of 10.71 seconds, the fastest time in the world that year. When she crossed the finish line, she put her hands on her chest and looked like she might cry. This wasn't just happiness. This was 3 years of pain, work, and fighting finally paying off. She said, "In the past 3 years, I've grown a better understanding of myself, a deeper respect and appreciation for my gift that I have in the sport." Even better, her 2 training partners finished 2nd and 3rd. All 3 of them made Team USA together. They train under the same coach, Dennis Mitchell. Sha'Carri went to Paris as the fastest woman in the world, the favorite to win gold. This time, nobody could take it away from her. But here's where the story gets interesting. Sha'Carri is more than just fast. She's become one of the biggest stars in track and field. She has over 2 million followers on Instagram. Drake mentioned her in a song. She's in Netflix documentaries. She does commercials for major brands. One fan in Mexico even got her face tattooed on his arm. His name is Felix Trinidad Hernandez, and he's a construction worker. He said, "When she failed, she just gets back up. People think because we're brown or other races, we cannot reach other levels. She showed people that we can reach other levels." That's the power of Sha'Carri's story. It's not just about running fast. It's about getting knocked down and getting back up. Now, 2025 brought a different chapter. At the World Championships in Tokyo, Sha'Carri had a tough year. She dealt with injuries all season. In the final, she finished 5th with a time of 10.94 seconds. Her training partner, Melissa Jefferson Wooden, won gold with a new championship record of 10.61 seconds. The thing about Sha'Carri Richardson is that she wins, she loses. She gets back up, she keeps fighting.
And here comes the pressure from behind, and bye-bye, says Keely Hodgkinson. She's racing her way to an Olympic gold medal. Team Great Britain wins gold.
The starting gun fired at Icon Stadium in New York. Keely Hodgkinson stepped to the line for the 800 meters. She had missed months of competition with a hamstring injury. This was only her 6th race of the entire 2025 season. Nobody knew what to expect from the Olympic champion. Then she crossed the finish line and the time flashed on the screen.
Like I say, just really unfortunate. I did my majority of the training session, was just doing some strides at the end and just felt this like tightness in my hamstring, tender up, so I pulled back early on the rep. Thought maybe it was just a little bit of cramping, though I haven't really experienced cramp before. Decided to get a scan, which kind of revealed that there was like some tear in the tendon.
Keely Hodgkinson won the 800 meters at the Athlos NYC meet on Friday, the 10th of October 2025 at Icon Stadium in New York. She clocked 1 minute 56.53 seconds, establishing a meet record. The performance marked the fastest 800 meters by a female athlete in the month of October, bettering China's Lang Yinglai, who ran 57.62 inches 1,997. The Olympic champion finished almost 2 seconds ahead of fellow Briton Georgia Hunter Bell, her training partner, who clocked 1:58.33 seconds. Shafaqua Maloney of Street Vincent placed 3rd. The victory provided redemption after Hodgkinson won bronze at the Tokyo 2025 World Championships in September, where Hunter Bell claimed silver. Hodgkinson competed in only her 6th race of 2025. A hamstring tear followed by multiple setbacks during rehabilitation kept her sidelined for just over 12 months following her gold medal win at the 2024 Paris Olympics. The injury forced her to miss most of the season. The British runner opened her 2025 season in late August after the extended layoff. She had initially planned to return for an indoor race in February, but suffered setbacks that delayed her comeback. Her coach, Trevor Painter, worked with her through the rehabilitation process. Hodgkinson's return came at the Silesia Diamond League in Chorzów, Poland on the 17th of August 2025. She won in 1:54.74 seconds, the 2025 world leading time and a meet record. The performance came 376 days after her previous race. She ran aggressively, going through 400 meters in 56.7 seconds and closing with a 29.3-second final 200 meters. Coach Painter told commentator Tim Hutchings before Silesia that he thought Hodgkinson was in close to world record shape. The world record stands at 1:53.28. Painter revealed that 12 months of pent-up frustration went into that run in Silesia. Hodgkinson's personal best of 1:54.61 seconds came at the 2024 London Diamond League meet in July. After Silesia, Hodgkinson raced at Lausanne before heading to the Tokyo World Championships in September. At Worlds, she finished third behind Hunter Bell. The bronze medal disappointed Hodgkinson after dominating the event for years. She holds triple world medals and double European Championship titles along with her Olympic gold. Hodgkinson told reporters after her Athlos victory, "I've barely raced this season, so it was probably less of a struggle for me to go out there and want to give it something." She suggested the limited racing schedule might have worked in her favor. The 23-year-old maintained freshness while competitors raced throughout the season. Going into the final 200 meters at Athlos, Hodgkinson, Hunter Bell, and Natoya Gül-Topin all competed for victory. The Olympic champion kicked for the finish and neither rival could respond. Hodgkinson controlled the race from that point and pulled away decisively. Hodgkinson said of the atmosphere out there is crazy, so it was really fun. The Athlos meet featured live music, entertainment, and Tiffany & Co. crowns instead of traditional medals. Serena Williams, wife of Athlos founder Alexis Ohanian, presented the crowns to winners. The 23-time tennis major champion added celebrity presence to the women-only track event. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the legendary Jamaican sprinter who officially announced her retirement earlier in the week, attended as guest of honor. The meet celebrated women's athletics with a party-like atmosphere. Hodgkinson earned $60,000 in prize money for her victory. Athlos offers one of the largest prize purses in athletics. Second place earned $25,000, third place $10,000, fourth place $8,000, fifth place $5,000, and sixth place $2,500. The meet attracted some of the sport's biggest names. Kenya's Faith Kipyegon, the three-time Olympic 1,000, 500-meter champion and world record holder, won the mile in 4:17.78. She finished nearly 2 seconds faster than Ethiopian Gudaft Tsegay, with American Nikki Hiltz third in 4:32.51. American sprinter Brittany Brown completed the 100-meter and 200-meter double. She won the shorter sprint in 10.99 seconds and the longer sprint with a personal best 21.89 seconds. Her combined prize money totaled $120,000. Olympic champion Masai Russell won the 100-meter hurdles in 12.52 seconds with a 2.3 meters per second wind reading. She ended her season on a positive note after finishing fourth at the Tokyo World Championships. Grace Stark placed second in 12.6 seconds, while Alacia Johnson finished third in 12.66 seconds. Marilady Paulino of the Dominican Republic won the 400 meters in 50.07 seconds, beating Salwa Eid Nazer of Bahrain, who clocked 50.94 seconds. Paulino went third on the all-time 400-meter list with 47.98 seconds at the Tokyo World Championships. Tara Davis Woodhall won the long jump with 7.13 meters, equaling her world-leading performance for 2025. The Olympic and world champions sailed out to the distance to claim victory. Jasmine Moore finished second with 6.64 meters, while Jasmine Sawyers of Great Britain placed third with 6.22 meters. The long jump featured a historic Times Square qualifying competition on October 9, the night before the main stadium events. 6 athletes competed in the qualification round at one of the world's busiest landmarks, attempting to make the final. Sawyers jumped 6.22 meters in the final just 18 months after rupturing her Achilles tendon. Hodgkinson's injury saga began after her Paris Olympic gold medal in August 2024. The hamstring tear proved more severe than initially diagnosed. She attempted multiple comebacks but suffered setbacks each time. The rehabilitation required patience and careful management. Her coach, Trevor Painter, adjusted training significantly during recovery. Hodgkinson maintained her aerobic base with relatively low mileage. While many 800-meter runners train over 50 miles per week during base phases, sometimes reaching 70-plus miles, Hodgkinson runs approximately half that volume. She has always trained with lower mileage, including before her Tokyo 2020 Olympic silver medal at age 19. The limited speed work during injury recovery meant Hodgkinson relied on her aerobic foundation. Her 400-meter split capability remained strong despite reduced training. Her personal best for 400 meters stands at 51.61 seconds. She has stated interest in improving that time to match contemporaries like Athing Mu of the United States with 49.57 seconds or Mary Moraa of Kenya with 50.38 seconds. Hodgkinson holds the British 800-meter record at 1:54.61 seconds. The time makes her the 5th fastest woman in history. Only Czech runner Jarmila Kratochvílová's world record of 1:53.28 from 1,983 and 3 performances by South Africa's Caster Semenya rank faster. Commentators speculated about Hodgkinson's readiness with World Championships just 4 weeks away when she returned in Silesia. Her 1:54.74 performance ended that speculation immediately. The margin of victory, almost 2 seconds over runner-up Lilian Odira of Kenya, demonstrated her superiority. Hodgkinson said after Silesia, "Sometimes you need to be delusional." She acknowledged doubting whether she would return to competition in 2025. The setbacks tested her mentally and physically. Working in spikes for 6 weeks before Silesia prepared her for the comeback. At Athlos, Hodgkinson looked fresh and composed, controlling the race from start to finish. The packed Icon Stadium created an energetic atmosphere for the women-only event. The meet swapped traditional competition formats for a celebration of women's athletics. Athlos will expand to a team-based women's track and field league with multiple meets in 2026. Sha'Carri Richardson, Tara Davis-Woodhall, and Gabby Thomas serve as advisor owners for the new league format. The growth demonstrates increasing support for women's professional athletics. Hodgkinson now faces a new challenge in 2026. Femke Bol, the 2-time world 400-meter hurdles champion, announced on October 10 that she will move to compete in the 800 meters next season. The 25-year-old Dutch athlete holds 3 world championship golds, 3 silvers, and 1 bronze, plus 1 Olympic gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze medals. Bol's transition from 400-meter hurdles to 800 meters represents an unusual move for an elite athlete. She holds the world record in the 500 meters at 1:05.63 seconds from February 2023. Her endurance capabilities suggest potential success at the longer distance. Hodgkinson ended her 2025 season with vindication after months of frustration. The Athlos victory proved she could return to winning form despite limited racing. Her $60,000 prize money and Tiffany crown capped a comeback season defined by resilience and patience. Retry.
Time. It's been said, it waits for no one. That you can't outrun it.
Sha'Carri Richardson, one of track and field's most explosive stars, is now making waves off the track. Known for her unmatched sprinting power, Richardson has captured the public's imagination. But now, she's taking a major step beyond the finish line by becoming a founding owner-advisor for the women-focused athletics startup, Athlos. This career move marks a groundbreaking moment in track and field, with athletes, especially women, increasingly stepping into influential leadership roles. This bold career move comes at a pivotal moment for the sport. The track world is undergoing significant changes, with new leagues like Athlos emerging to challenge traditional formats, while other ventures, like Grand Slam track, are struggling. Sha'Carri Richardson's involvement in Athlos signals a broader trend where athletes are taking control of their legacies and shaping the future of the sport. Richardson's journey from athlete to owner-advisor represents a seismic shift in how we perceive athletes and their roles off the track. Richardson has been at the forefront of sprinting for several years, making headlines for her fierce competition and performances while commanding attention with her unique voice. Her decision to take on a leadership role in Athlos places her in a new, influential space. Instead of just racing, Richardson is now shaping how track and field will evolve. She joins Alexis Ohanian, the co-founder of Reddit and advocate for women's sports, in a venture poised to reshape the competitive athletics landscape. Athlos launched in 2024 as a single meet showcasing female track and field athletes post-Paris Olympics. The startup caught attention for its athlete-centric approach,